I'm Anna Parker with Utah Key Real Estate. I'm here today to talk a little bit about selling your home. I have a few tips for sellers. First, let's start off with most of the questions that I get from potential sellers. Should I paint my home? Should I clean my home? Should I stage my home? When is the best time to sell? I get a lot of those questions all the time. When you're preparing your home for sale, it is always a good idea to start with decluttering. You're going to be packing up and moving anyway, so let's just start going through closets and rooms and getting rid of things you don't need or packing them up so that when the buyers come in, they see a lot of space and the home feels more clean and available to them to be imagining their own stuff inside. The next tip that I have for sellers is paint. Yes, you should paint your home, but let's not go through and paint every room or paint the exterior. We'll talk about that when I come over. But it is a good idea to go through and touch up paint. Anywhere that paint's missing or chipped or you have a smudge on the wall, it's a great idea to touch that up. I get a lot of questions about accent walls and whether or not they're good to leave or paint over, and it kind of just depends, to be honest. As you can tell behind me, there's an accent wall, which we deliberately painted that color because we wanted it to stand out. The third tip that I have for sellers is about staging. Now this room that I'm sitting in, as you can tell, is really long. And when I had the stager come through, she said, Anna, you have a really long, narrow room and there's some things that I can do with it. What do you like? What do you want to do? So we talked about staging it for 2 different living rooms. When it comes to your house, you already have furniture inside. What we'll do is go through and maybe edit out things or talk about adding in pieces of furniture just to make the flow go well. But most likely you don't have to have it staged professionally. Now, if you have a vacant home, I always recommend staging. Homes that are vacant but staged sell 70% faster than homes that are vacant and not staged. And they also sell for 10 to 20% more. So if you're looking at it as a numbers game, it always makes sense to have it staged. And number 4, I always recommend that sellers clean their home. It just feels better when you're coming into a home that's been cleaned versus a home that hasn't. Most buyers are looking for a home that they feel has been well taken care of. And if it's clean, that's what they're imagining, that the homeowner has taken really good care of this home. And finally, my last piece of advice. We all know this is a seller's market. Sellers are doing really well in their profits on their investment. However, it's really important that you have an agent who's a great negotiator and a communicator. You're going to be flooded with offers. You need someone who can explain them all, as well as communicate with all of the agents who are sending them to get you the highest price so that you can get the most out of your investment. When you're ready to sell, let's have a conversation. My contact info is below.